Today we're talking about keeping our shoulder joints as healthy as they can. They're very mobile, reach behind, over. You can do circles both directions. Let's keep them healthy when we strengthen them.
So we're going to go over 5 shoulder exercises you should avoid and what you can do instead or how to perform them correctly.
That's right. Let's get to it, Mike. All right, let's talk a little bit about the shoulder mechanics and why it's so complicated and we want to really take care of it. If we look at the ball of the humerus here and the socket here, and this joint moves very well. It does a number of motions, but this is only approximately 60 to 65% of the shoulder's motion. We must think about the scapula and all the motion that comes from the scapular motion, which on this side, Sam, good job, Sam, shows a really good motion of the scapular. So he goes up and it actually slides across the rib cage, and that goes up approximately 30-35%, and the rest comes from here. If these don't work together and the scapula gets scarred down or tightened down, too much stress on the shoulder here causes problems like, what's that one again?
Shoulder impingement?
There you go, shoulder impingement. A little brain fart from my 60-year-old brain. Anyways, let's go on and show the right way to work the shoulder. All right, now the first one I talk about is military press or overhead press. Mike's using just the Booyah stick, demonstrating as if it were a barbell. Can you show from a profile? And what happens is, particularly if you go behind your head, it really does stress that GH joint. We do get this, especially if you have tight scapulas already. So what you'll want to do is bring it in front of your head. That stresses it less. A lot of times, if I have a patient with shoulder pain, I say, just stay away from this exercise. There are other options. And this goes for with dumbbells. If we're doing it back like this versus in front of you, or even best, a bench that inclines a little bit. We don't have one here. Other things, if you have bands and you're stepping on them, this is a nice way to work it. But again, it's overhead. We're arm impinging a little bit. Let's just stay away from them, particularly if you have pain while you're doing it. It's red flag. You need to stop.
Yeah, with a barbell movement, especially in standing, you want to kind of almost arch a little bit back. That way my pecs are going to get involved, and then I press and bring it overhead as I go up, but it always starts in front of my body. This allows that GH joint to move and function like it is. If you're having pain or discomfort, just don't even do the exercise. It's not necessary.
Let's go to number 2. All right, now we're going to talk about flies. This is actually one of my favorite ways to work the pecs. However, if you do them improperly, you're a beginner. This is a really good way to stretch or actually tear a muscle or hurt the joint. And if you do this with straight elbows, Mike, do you want to talk about this so that we can go through it? And
as Brad is going down, he's going to a uncomfortable position. Even though he's got the mobility, it kind of hurts him, and his elbows are super straight like this. This can put a lot of strain on your shoulder joint. So what you want to do instead is, I'm showing in the same position here, is go down, elbows slightly bent, and just bring it down to what is comfortable for you. Once you start feeling a bit of a stretch, hold there, and then come back up. It's good to maintain that position throughout the motion. Don't, go into this weird curling motion. If you're doing that, the weight's probably too heavy. This goes for cable flies, for banded flies, any variation of this. It's good to have a slight bend in the elbow as you do the motion.
yeah, let's go right ahead and show it. If you do have bands, you're at home and you're working it, and you have it strapped up to a wall anchor or a post or whatever you may have to anchor your band. Same thing here is make sure you got that bend here. We're not going back like this and stretching that muscle. You get a stretch, but when you have a stretch muscle and you put a lot of resistance on all at the same time, it's a good way to strain or tear a muscle.
We'll say you're going to be safer with the band if you go too far because the amount of force on it in that position is less, so you're less likely to injure yourself.
Right. A little safer there, but still, be careful with those joints in those extreme ranges. All right, number 3.
Number 3 is commonly known as the upright row. It has lots of other names as well, but essentially you're still working the shoulder joint, but you're bringing the weight in front of you. Normally it's a dumbbell, barbell, or band like Brad is showing. And oftentimes people keep their elbows up kind of high. Now, yes, it's working your shoulder joint, but oftentimes this can feel uncomfortable for people, especially if you have shoulder impingement. The primary motion with this is technically shoulder abduction, which is the next exercise we're going to show. So that would be a better option to hit this muscle group versus this.
Right, and there's a good way and a bad way to do that. We're going to get to that next. All right, number 4, lateral raises, working the abductors, those deltoids. Now this, we like going out to the side, but once you get above 90 degrees here, you can impinge on those shoulder, that GH joint, and cause some tendon irritation there. So we just like to go up to 90 degrees, should feel comfortable, back down, good control.
I often see a gentleman in my gym doing this, and he goes like this and he kind of winces and he pushes through. Yeah, simply make sure your palms are facing down too. I see a lot of people kind of do a neutral grip like this. So down, and then it's important to control it on the way down. That's going to develop more muscle growth, holding it for a duration of time and going down. You don't need a lot of weight for this.
That's right. That's the eccentric, right?
Yes.
Not that you're eccentric, but the movement eccentric.
Sometimes I'm eccentric.
That's right.
Ah! I'm just kidding.
Let's go to number 5. All right, we're going to talk about push-ups. Now, you can do push-ups without irritating your shoulders, or you can do push-ups and irritate your shoulders or put stress on them. So I'm going to show the way that you do not want to do it first. So, whether you're doing it on your knees or on your toes, and you let your elbows go out to the side like this and up. So I'm actually, Mike is showing it there. It's like you got wings or whatever, you're abducting. Oh, and it actually kind of hurts my shoulders doing that. Now, when I bring my fingers forward, bring my elbows alongside my ribs like this, much better. Feels much better for me. You get more tricep there, less stress on that GH joint. It's a great way to do them. So again, I used to do push-ups with my arms out wide in different positions to work all the muscles in my shoulder joint. Now I just do them here. My shoulders, they've had enough irritation over my life. I do them the way they should be done, and I'm safe, and then work the other way. Mike, you got some additions?
Yeah, so if you're like this, you could think of it, I'm out 90 degrees. This is putting a lot of stress on it. If you go somewhere like 45 degrees and it feels good, that's fine. It's going to get a little more pec activation. If you go close like Brad is doing, it's going to get pec and tricep. So just kind of find the sweet range. This is normally problematic for most shoulder pain issues.
All right, we have another favorite Bob and Brad massage gun. We have the Uni Massage Gun. Julie's holding it up, showing it, and she's going to actually use it on her arm. Go ahead and put some pressure on that, Julie. These are really strong guns. The stall force is 35 pounds. It's not good for a real, like a linebacker on a football team, but for someone like Julie or myself, it's all you really need. 10 millimeters of travel on the head, which is good, nice, deep massage with that. It does come with 5 massage heads, a nice round one, the soft one that Julie has, as well as the other ones that all work out extremely well. It weighs 1.26 pounds. It's very light. How you doing, Julie?
Yeah. Feels great, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And the cost on this, it's a great intro one, $56. Now, that may vary depending on what site you're on, but that's a ballpark figure. All right, if you go to bobandbrad.com, go to the product sections and look for the Uni if you would like to have this gun. All right, what do you say, Julie?
Yeah. Get one.
Wonderful. All right, shoulders, keep them healthy, fine, and pain-free. Let's go on. We got another video, I think.
We do.
Yeah, let's see what we've got that's going to help. Brrr. There it is. All right.
So if you'd like to check out more videos on shoulder exercises, these are 3 essential shoulder exercises you should do if you're over the age of 50.
No, and they're good for if you're under 52, but particularly over 50.
I'm not 50 yet.
But you could, and you will be someday, and then you'll
Hopefully.
understand why we talk about these things. All right, carry on. Have a good day.
Bob and Brad, the 2 most famous physical therapists on the internet.